You guys asked for a part 2. Here's a part 2. The shirt really doesn't have anything to do with the video. It's just the shirt I was wearing today. I probably should have saved it for like the summer sale or something like that, but hey, what are you gonna do? This is mid-year deals part 2. Part 2. The mid-year deal sale actually has a bunch of really decent games in it, and there were so many of them in here that I couldn't fit them all into one video because it would be like 30 minutes long and no one would watch it. Part 2. So we've split it into another part. I might even do a third part depending on how this one does. So there's always that option. Let's have a look at some of the cool games. These are just games that I like that I recommend you guys checking out. So let's take a look at them all. Part 2. Oh, hey there. I didn't see you. I actually don't even know where that bit was going. Look, we're working towards a community goal this year of hitting 50,000 subscribers by the end of 2021, and I need your help. I cannot do this alone. I need each and every one of you to go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you've been holding out and doing it up until now for whatever reason, go ahead and hit it now. Let's hit that 50,000 goal by the end of this year. Let me know if you've picked up anything from this sale as well in the comments section down below, and if you agree with the recommendations I have in this video. And don't forget to give a big thumbs up if you like PlayStation sales as well, like I do. Alright, my game of the year from last year, from 2020, is Crash Bandicoot 4. Now, this game has been discounted quite a few times, so $35, $36 is not a super amazing price point for Crash, but it's a fantastic game. If you're looking for an awesome mascot platformer, which was genuinely my game of the year from 2020, this one is a no-brainer to pick up. You've got to go and check this one out. It's so much fun, especially if you're an older gamer like me, who has nostalgia from when Crash was around on the PlayStation 1. It is just a blast. Easily the best Crash Bandicoot game that has ever launched. Tough as nails. Don't go for the platinum. It's absolutely a nightmare, but a fantastic, fantastic game. Saints Row the Third Remastered is down to $16, and it would have been nice to see this one a little bit cheaper. But if you're looking for a sort of offbeat GTA clone that's kind of like a budget GTA clone essentially, but a lot more satirical and funny and silly and doesn't take itself too seriously, Saints Row the Third Remastered is a great option. It has problems. The game does have problems. The port of the game wasn't perfect. There was issues with it. There's issues with data being lost and trophies not unlocking correctly, but it's still a blast of a game. It's easily the best Saints Row game in the franchise as well. I think it's a lot better than Saints Row 4, although I did enjoy that game too. So absolutely worth checking out, but it is a remaster of a PS3 and a 360 game, so it is slightly older and does have some of those nuances of an older game as well. Hood, Outlaws, and Legends. This is a brand new multiplayer game, very similar to Chivalry. So think like Call of Duty multiplayer, right? But instead of guns and military, you're an archer or a crossbowman or a swordsman or something like that. It's very interesting that they've done this sort of medieval combat style. Like I said, Chivalry, which is a game that came out a couple of years ago and just released a sequel, did this the same way, but it's obviously not set in the Robin Hood universe. $23.99, down from $30, 20% off. This isn't a massive discount, but the game actually only came out like 3 weeks ago. So, you know, when you consider the game as brand new, this is the first time it's been discounted, I would say it's a pretty decent deal. Plus, you get the PS4 and the PS5 version of the game when you pick up this bundle, which is always a good deal in my opinion. The Outer Worlds, and this is probably going to be a bit of a controversial one. I know last time I recommended The Outer Worlds, I had a bunch of people saying they would never touch this game because it's a Microsoft-owned game. I mean, come on, guys, who cares about that? Forget about the console wars, just play all the games. The Outer Worlds is basically Fallout 4, made by Obsidian, the guys who actually worked on Fallout New Vegas, which is the best Fallout game in my personal opinion. It's like a sci-fi version of Fallout, which I guess is kind of what Starfield is, but this is probably going to be better. The Outer Worlds kind of didn't really set the world on fire. I don't think it really did anything completely new and revolutionary when it came out, and it came out at a pretty busy time as well, which is why not many people have probably picked it up. It's a shame to see this one at $20. It would be nice to see it a bit cheaper again, but it's still a great pickup for $20. You're getting a really meaty RPG here to sink your teeth into. Probably not good for vegetarians. Detroit Become Human is down to $10. Pretty standard price for Detroit. I thought I'd include this one in here because I do recommend the game. Not an amazing price point for this. It does go down to that $10 pretty frequently, but a really chill story-based game. If you're not wanting a game, like something gamey to play, you're wanting something a bit more casual to play, maybe just to enjoy watching it a bit more and enjoy the narrative of it, this is a great option for that. And the cool part about it is you can actually play it with a significant other on the couch. You make decisions together, you can argue about those decisions, and you can have a whole bunch more meta fun with it like that. Batman Return to Arkham. This one's down to $5, which is an absolute steal for this. This includes Arkham Asylum and Arkham City. There have been a few of these Batman bundles recently, and I always recommend them because they're just great fun for these games. The value is there as well. You're getting 2 platinums, 2 games for $5. I mean, it's a great price. These are older games. They came out on the 360 PS3 era or generation, but they still do really hold up today, and they paved the way for where superhero games came from. Storytelling-wise, gameplay-wise, you've got really, really fun gameplay in these that's just satisfying to execute. And apart from having to do all the collectibles and Riddler trophy and Riddler challenges for the trophies, the game is actually really good as well. Danganronpa 1 and 2 Reloaded. I wanted to include this one because it has actually just been announced for the Nintendo Switch, so I thought nice time to remind everyone on PlayStation consoles you can actually play this on PS4 as well. Danganronpa takes the combination of like an escape room game and a visual novel and melds these two things together. Plus it has a bit of Ace Attorney in there too. So it's basically this visual novel about these kids trapped in a school and a murder happens and you have to accuse the other kids of who did the murder. I won't go into any more detail because honestly I played this a few years ago and I don't remember it fully. It's pretty crazy. But also it's much more fun to just figure it out yourself. This is the first 2 games in the franchise. There is a third one as well that you can pick up separate to this, which is also discounted. But this is like a really left field one. Something that a lot of you guys may have never heard of before. Something that you've probably never even considered picking up, but pretty fun little visual novel puzzle game experience here. Assassin's Creed Antiquities pack. Now, in the previous video, we talked about the Assassin's Creed, I can't remember what the bundle was. It had 3 games in it. This one has 2. The 2 newer Assassin's Creed RPG style games, Origins and Odyssey. Both of them are pretty decent games in their own right. They're very different to the old traditional Assassin's Creed games. They do stuff quite differently than they did, but that doesn't mean they're any better or worse. I personally don't enjoy them as much as the older games, but I think the franchise did need to change and evolve. So if you're into Assassin's Creed, you can pick these 2 up. It brings the 2 of them down to about $12.50 each, which is a pretty good price, I would say, for 2 modern age AAA games. Devil May Cry HD Collection plus Devil May Cry 4 Special Edition. Absolute mouthful, Capcom. You've got to fix your titles. That's just, why don't you just call it Devil May Cry Retro Collection or something like that. This includes all 3 of the original DMC games from the PlayStation 2, as well as Devil May Cry 4 from the PlayStation 3. All remastered, all with trophies. Pretty good. If you're looking for some really old school, buttery smooth hack and slash gameplay, these are great. But if you haven't ever played these games before, they are pretty brutal, pretty tough as nails, and they are kind of hard to get into. They're very difficult platinum trophies, so you're looking for something that's like a super challenging platinum. These are great options for that, but they are tough as nails, so keep that in mind if you're going to go for them as well. I wanted to include this one on here because this game, Jumanji the Game, I actually do own this. I remember playing this at launch. I had a glitched trophy when I went to earn the platinum a couple of years ago on it. It has been since fixed. I thought I'd include it on here because it's a reasonably easy platinum trophy. I mean, it's not a 5-minute platinum trophy. It's going to take you a bit of time. Reasonably easy. It's a weird third-person action game based on the Jumanji franchise, which is probably all I need to say on this one, but it's $15.99. I felt like it was worth including in the video to call out. Why not, right? One of my favorite gaming franchises of all time is Dead Rising. Dead Rising and Dead Rising 2 Off the Record, which the 2 Frank West games in the franchise are on sale. This is the series where you basically take control of this guy called Frank, and he's in a mall filled with zombies. You create weapons and you just execute these zombies. The cool part about this was it just had so many zombies on screen. Technically, this was very impressive on the 360 and the PS3. Obviously now we have things like World War Z and Days Gone, which probably do it better. But back in the day, these were a heck of a lot of fun and very, very impressive. They're still a heck of a lot of fun, just destroying zombies and really not needing to do all the objectives in the game, just kind of messing around, kind of in a sandbox like Grand Theft Auto was what I always did in these games. It was just so satisfying and fun. Ni no Kuni 2 Revenant is $11.99. I recommend this one pretty frequently as well because I'm a bit of a sucker for the Ni no Kuni franchise. Personally, the first one, in my opinion, is just better than the second one, but it's still a good JRPG if you're looking for that to play. It has really cool sort of anime art style to it, and the second one's story is not quite as good as the first one, but the gameplay is very satisfying. Characters are designed very well, and the world is established really, really well in these games too. So highly recommend this one. I mean, it's 12 bucks. It's a lot cheaper than its asking price of 80, which is insane. insane. There's no way they're asking $80 for this game in 2021. Ukulele Buddy Duo. This includes the original Ukulele game, which is a 3D mascot platformer, very similar to Banjo-Kazooie. I guess ukulele, Banjo-Kazooie. I'm not a massive Banjo fan, so when I played through this one, I didn't really enjoy it, but I know a lot of people did. People who enjoy those like click-a-thon mascot platformers like Super Mario 64, Banjo-Kazooie are gonna have so much fun with this because it's just those games but modernized, and yeah, it does all of that really, really well if you're into that kind of thing. I thought I was, and then when you start playing it, you realize just how much stuff there is to do in it. It becomes quite overwhelming. I probably prefer a bit more of a linear mascot platformer like Sly and Crash than something like this, but hey, each their own. This also includes the 2D version as well, which was a 2D side-scroller of Ukulele, which I believe came out last year or the year before. So it includes both games for $14 or just under $14, which is pretty good. Everyone's favorite, Race with Ryan Road Trip Triple Deluxe, which is $20, 50% off. What an insane price for this game. I wanted to include this in here because this is a licensed game, right? Based on the based on Ryan's Toy Review YouTube channel. No hate towards Ryan's Toy Reviews. He's killing it out there. He's one of the biggest YouTubers on the entire platform. But it's interesting to see a game like this stay at such a high price point. It's a pretty easy platinum trophy game. I remember picking this up in like 2018 to get the platinum in it. Yeah, I know. So yeah, it's $20. I just wanted to call it out. It's a licensed game, obviously. That's why it's got such a high retail price for it. It's never dropped. The game is trash as well. I'm just gonna say it's not a very good game. It's a budget kart racing game that doesn't do anything exceptionally well. In fact, it probably just does a lot of stuff badly, but it's an easy platinum if you're looking for an easy platinum. Although I'd probably still advise just not picking up this $20 game and just buying any of the easy $5 platinums if you really need that fix of platinum trophies. Are you guys gonna be picking up any of the games in this video? Let me know in the comment section down below. If you haven't already subscribed, hit the subscribe button down below and help us get to our 50,000 subscriber goal this year. Leave a like if you enjoyed this sale, and leave a like if you didn't enjoy this sale. And I'll see all you gamers in tomorrow's video. Patrons, thank you so very much for each and every one of your generosity this month. You'll be seeing your names coming up here on the right hand side if you're a Patreon or a channel member on the YouTube channel this month. If you want to support me, if you do decide you want to support me further and help keep this channel's lights on, link in the description down below to become a Patreon, or you can click on the join button down below next to the subscribe button to become a channel member. Thanks, you guys, you're all legends.